That was unnecessary. Hey. What's up? We are live an hour early than we normally are, but morning, Dad. How are you? I decided to go live earlier than I normally do because I ain't got nothing to do. So that fucking hood is too in my way. So we're actually moving to the new shelter a lot sooner than I thought. We should be moved over to the new shelter this week. As starting tomorrow, we're going to start moving over to the new shelter. So we should be over there before next week. So we will be at the new shelter, and I'll have a lot better place to do my lives, which is nice because I'll be able to actually do my lives in the building and go hang out wherever I want to. What's up, Silly? How are you? Danny, what's up? Thank you for coming in. What's up, guys? Thank you guys, everybody, for coming in. My name's Scottie Cully. We talk a lot about addiction on here. We talk a lot about depression. We talk about suicide. We talk about a lot of different things on this channel. Basically, this channel is a place where you can come and talk about whatever you're going through or anything like that. Just out here working on my 1981 Peterbilt. That sounds like fun. Thank you for the likes on the live. I appreciate you guys. Sorry, I'm getting used to this new vape. It's like a refillable vape, and it's kind of messing me up. Yeah, EJF, what's up? Thank you for coming in. What's up, everybody? How are you? We're just kind of chilling today. I'm actually live an hour earlier than I normally go live, but I figured I would go live for a little bit longer today than I normally do. That way we can hopefully get some subscribers. What's messing me up more than I know? These? Yeah, I know vapes aren't really good for you, but I smoked meth in my life, so I've done a lot worse things than vape. Let's just put it that way. So I'm not too worried about the vape and messing me up. I mean, it's going to mess my lungs up eventually, but so is everything else that I've done. I've done meth. I've done pills. You know, I was a drinker. I was fucking used to smoke. A lot worse things than a vape. You know what I'm saying? So the vaping's not that big a deal to me. Don't get me wrong. If it starts messing me up in a way that I start feeling like it's messing me up, I'll stop doing it. But so far, it's not really that big a deal. Hold on. I'm going to move this back a little bit. Sorry. I want to move the camera back a little bit so you guys can see me a little better. But so we are getting ready to do our move to the new shelter this week. So you guys will see me at the new location here in the next few days. Right now I'm in Idaho. I live in Idaho right now. I'm originally from Baker City, Oregon, though. So I come from Oregon. I had to move out here from because of shitty circumstances. Um, but it's also safer out here for me than going home because all I know from back home is getting high on drugs. Um, so that's a lot of why I stay out here, even though I'm not a big. Whatever happened to you, my brother? I'm sorry. Um, well, I'll just explain. I'll just tell you guys kind of what's up. So, for anybody that's new to this channel, my name is Scottie Cully. Hold on just a second. Um, trying to zip my jacket up. My name's Scottie Cully. I was born in a small town called Baker City, Oregon. I was born with a disability called spina bifida. If you don't know what spina bifida is, it's basically a degenerative disease where my back and my spine and my hips were messed up and my legs were messed up when I was born. So they had to do a bunch of corrective surgeries when I was a baby to recorrect my walking and everything like that. Um, so I grew up being bullied because I walked different. I didn't really have very many friends because I walked different. Um, so when I was growing up, I got to about middle school. That's when I got some friends that actually had my back and whatnot. Well, unfortunately, that's when I became a drug addict. Is when I hit middle school. I started doing pills to try to escape my physical pain, and also just to escape reality. Really, honestly, doing pills that's basically what it was me trying to escape reality. Um, so I was a pill addict with my brother from the time I was 13 to the time I was 21. So on my 21st birthday, I was hanging out with my brother and his friends and whatnot. We were partying, and I walked upstairs, and my brother was doing something in the corner, and I walked up to see what he was doing, and he didn't know I was there. He didn't even hear me. So, anyways, I walk up and I found my brother smoking off a meth pipe, um, and I asked him to try it. My brother himself actually told me no. He wouldn't let me try it because he didn't want me to get stuck in that life. But I knew that my brother's roommate, or them, our roommate, my brother and me had a roommate. I knew he was smoking meth too, just because I knew if my brother was doing something, he was doing it too. So I went to him and I asked him, "Hey, bro, I just want to try it once just to see what it's like." Um, which began the most destructive period of my life. Um, tried dope on my 21st birthday, and then I just got hooked on it. It was one of those things that hooked me, and I fell in love with it for a long time. Um, I became a drug addict with my brother. We were smoking meth. We had a trap house together. I did that until I turned about 24. When I turned 24, I got a hole in my foot, and so I was continuing to do dope at this time. When I got this hole in my foot, there was a hole in my foot for about a year that I knew about. I got a rock in the bottom of my foot. Well, with spina bifida, you can't really feel the bottom of your legs and stuff. So the hole in my foot started getting worse and worse and worse over the year. The year that I was dealing with it. I didn't tell my mom and dad about it. They didn't know I had a fucking hole in my foot. They didn't know I had a infection in my leg or anything. Then I ended up going to the hospital one day because I couldn't stand. I was at work and I kept trying to step down and I kept falling. Then I got hold of my mom and asked my mom to take me to the hospital. My mom took me to the hospital. They did a bunch of tests and they found out that I had a septic infection. So they tried to give me antibiotics for about 4 months or 6 months. I think it was like 6 months, or not 6 months, 6 weeks. Sorry. Um, so they tried to give me antibiotics, but the fact that I was still doing drugs on the side was making it to where my body wouldn't heal. So the septic infection started leading to my heart, and I had to go back to the hospital. And they basically told me, "You're going to have to make a choice. Either you're going to lose your leg or you're going to lose your life." I chose to obviously let them take the leg. So I have under the knee on my left side, I have an amputation. I could show you guys like the. I'll show you guys the prosthetic real fast, just so you see that I'm not messing around. What's up, Vassal? See, so I do have a left leg amputation. Which, yeah, so I lost my leg when I was 24, or I think I turned 25. I was 25 when I actually officially lost my leg. Which also at the time is what got me sober. Because if I wouldn't have lost my leg, I probably would have kept doing the same dumb shit I was doing before. Because I was a very destructive person in my own life. Like, I fucked my own life up really bad. And I have nobody to blame except for me. No, just like, as a drug addict, you really have nobody to blame except for yourself. Yeah, so I did lose a leg when I was 25. I got sober until I was about 30. I stayed sober. I mean, I was still smoking weed and I was still drinking a bit, but I wasn't doing any hardcore drugs anymore. Then I turned 30 and I relapsed on dope working at this place called the Oregon Trail Motel. At first I relapsed on pills and then I relapsed on meth. So when I relapsed on meth, everything got real bad real fast. I lost my job that I had had for 5 years. I lost my place where I was living. I had to get rid of my dog. I had to get rid of everything I owned. I was living on the street. And it was all my own fault. It was all things like I was destructive to my own life. I messed up a lot of shit. I'm actually 34. Mag. P.S. I'm actually 34. I just look young, surprisingly. Good genes, I guess. I look young, especially when I shave my face. If I shave my face, I look really young. But yeah, so I stopped. When I relapsed on dope again, it fucked me up for a long time. I seem like I'm only 20. Yeah, no, I'm 34. I turned 35 this year. I know everybody tells me I look young, which is, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's cool that I look young, but yeah, I had to get rid of my dog, which was actually probably the hardest blow to me than anything, was because I had this red-nosed pit bull. Her name was Maddie. She was the best dog in the world. Give me a second, guys. I gotta go open this gate real quick. Whoa, shit.
Why are you keeping up flat tires?
Don't know. This one actually has a thing over it that's supposed to make it to where it doesn't go flat. Either that or somebody stabbing my tires. Which I wouldn't doubt that somebody would stab my tire either, but
It was my bike.
I wouldn't doubt it. As many times as my fucking tires have gone flat, bro, I would not doubt that somebody stabbed my tire. Sorry, guys.
Oh, shit. What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, losing my dog was probably the worst thing that I could have happened.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting, man.
Dogs are the best, the greatest, unconditional love on earth. Yes, sir. Exactly. Your son just moved to Idaho last year. What part of Idaho does he live in? I mean, I'm always looking for some. I mean, if he wants to come out and chill and do some YouTube, I mean, I'd be down. Yep, that was that actually broke my heart more than anything. Losing my dogs killed me. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I had my mom and dad that loved me, but that dog loved me more than anybody else did. Me and that dog had such a good bond that we've been through a lot. Went through a lot together. So having to get rid of her fucking killed me. It actually, my mom had to take her and get rid of her because I couldn't do it myself. Where does your son live in Idaho? Yeah, it's one of those things that people don't realize how bad it fucking hurts to have you to lose your dog. Um, but I mean, a lot of that was my fault. I was a piece of shit drug addict that wasn't taking care of nothing. Um, the only thing I really did care about was that dog at that time. I didn't really care about myself. Didn't care about nothing. Um, I was not in a good way mentally. Uh, you could ask my mom and my dad. Like they were the ones that had to see the worst part of everything. Um, my mom and dad watched me go out on the street. I lived on the street. Like I actually lived in a sleeping bag on the street. I didn't live in a fucking like now. I live in a homeless shelter, which is easy. Like living in a homeless shelter compared to living on the street is so much easier. Why did I have to get rid of the dog? Because I didn't have. So I lost my job at my apartment, so I didn't have a place to take care of the dog. I didn't have money to take care of the dog. Um, this actually happened before I lost my apartment. Before I lost my apartment, my boss told me because I was living in a motel that was connected to the restaurant I worked in. My boss told me either I was going to have to lose my dog or he was going to kick me out. Well, I didn't have nowhere to go, and so I lost my dog. I had to give up my dog. Um, and then I ended up losing the place anyways because I was so fucked up on drugs that I couldn't control myself. I lost everything that I had, everything that I built up for 5 years. I lost because I was a drug addict. Um, I had to not be able to be around my family because I was on drugs. No, the dog didn't die. My dog didn't die. Oh, he's in Marston. Oh, see, if he ever wants to come kick it and fucking shoot some YouTube videos, I'd be down to have somebody along for the ride. But no, my dog didn't die. I just had to give my dog away. I had to give my dog away to these people that owned a farm, basically, is what happened. So I had to make the choice to give my dog away because I wasn't in a good place to take care of him. I was in a shitty place, but the dog didn't die. I had to give her away because I just didn't have the means to take care of even myself. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't taking care of my hygiene. I wasn't taking care of nothing else other than, like, I was really not even eating myself, but I would get food from the restaurant and I would feed that to my dog. But I just didn't have what it took at that time to take care of the dog in the way the dog deserved to be taken care of. Which sucked because I had that dog from the time she was a puppy until she was about 3 or 4 years old. So it was like losing my kid, basically. Which is stupid. Like, I hated the fact that I had to get rid of her. She lives on a farm somewhere in Oregon now, which is good because, I mean, at least she's getting a better life. Like I said, I was not necessarily a very good guy. In and out of the drug world, constantly breaking the law, going to jail, disrespecting my family by being fucked up and being high as a kite all the time. It was to a point where Chicago Bears moving to Indiana. What? The Bears are moving to Indiana? Is that what are you saying the Chicago Bears are moving to fucking Indiana? So they're going to be the Indiana Bears. No, I'm in on. I live in Boise now. No, I would never have put the dog down. If it would have came down to a question like that, I would have taken my dog and I would have kept her with me. But no, I just had to give her up to a place that could take care of her better than I could. It gave her a place where she could live on a farm and run and do whatever she wanted to do and have fun. And she's just in a better place now that she's not with, especially with me right now, because I live in a homeless shelter, so I wouldn't have been able to keep her anyways. I gotta get new vape juice. No, I would have never took. I would have never put the dog down, unless it was like a have to do thing. But no, I gave the dog away because it was just better for her. Um, I don't even remember why we got on the conversation of my dog. I'm still confused. Are you saying that the Bears are going to Indiana? When did this happen? I didn't know that was even a thing. Sorry, guys. Sorry, there was something in the end of my vape. I had to get it out of there. But yeah, meth addiction actually cost me a lot. Like I said, it cost me a leg. It cost me my dog. It cost me my apartment. It cost me a job. It cost me everything. It cost me my mental health, my physical health. Um, like it caused a lot of harm in my life that otherwise wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have became a drug addict. Hold on, guys. My fucking watch is being a crackhead. I just used meth because I thought it. I mean, I wanted to know why my brother was doing it, so I decided to try it, and it just ended up taking up my life. To be honest, it destroyed everything that I worked for. Dirty Mikey, thank you for coming in. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate all you guys more than you guys even know. I appreciate all the new subscribers that I'm getting, all the likes on the lives. I appreciate you guys more than you guys know. None of this would be possible without the subscribers that I have. And I don't care what anybody says. I have the best subscribers on YouTube. If it wasn't for the subscribers I have and the people showing me support and showing me love, that the people that do show me love on YouTube, if it wasn't for all you guys, like I would not be doing what I'm doing today. This YouTube wouldn't be possible without you guys. And like that's why I hope you guys know, like it means so much to me that you guys are here. Right now I'm in a homeless shelter, so it's not. But I'm in a homeless shelter and I'm sober. I don't live on the streets anymore. I live in a homeless shelter for now. I've been sober for 2 years, so I'm doing good. Life's been a lot better than it was before. When I was getting high, life sucked. I was miserable. I was mad. I was fucking hateful towards people that didn't deserve it. I was disrespectful towards people that didn't deserve it. Like I said, I was such a fucking piece of shit drug addict. I was disrespectful to my own family. I treated my mom and dad like they were the problem, even though they never were. My family had nothing to do with my drug addiction. Even my brother didn't have nothing to do with my drug addiction. My brother never wanted me to do drugs with him. I just didn't really give him a choice. Thank you so much, Bram. No, that's one thing I will tell everybody to this day, though. I don't regret being a drug addict. I don't regret everything that I went through, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be where I am today. Brian. Okay. I thought it was Brian, but then there was a B at the end, so I was confused. But yeah, that's one thing though. I want everybody to understand. Like, if you do subscribe to my channel and you do follow me, um, I don't get paid from YouTube. I'm not monetized on YouTube, which is fine. I don't care about none of that stuff. This channel is about building a community of people that struggle, that have struggles that they go through. That this is a place where you can reach out to somebody and you can have a conversation with somebody and work through whatever it is you're fighting through. Um, like I tell people, I have a Discord in my bio. You guys are more than welcome to join my Discord. Discord is a place where we have conversations, we joke, we mess around, we do all kinds of funny stuff. There's lots of different channels on my Discord that you can follow. My Discord is down in my bio. You can follow the Discord, and you can message me any time of day. You can message me, Leanne. I got lots of subscribers and stuff on there that you guys can come and talk to. Give me 1 second, real fast. I'm gonna do something. Ooh, sorry. I had to share the live to my friend Leanne. If Leanne comes in, anybody that doesn't know my friend Leanne has been a subscriber of mine. She was the very first subscriber I ever had, which is crazy, because she's still with me to this day. And it's been, as of next month, I've been doing YouTube for a year, and I already have almost 2,000 subscribers. That's a year of my life that I've put into YouTube, and I will continue putting my life into YouTube. Because I'll tell everybody, YouTube to me is not just about making money. It's about a lifestyle. It's about having a community where I can talk and I can explain what I've been through, and I can have good conversations with you guys about everything that I've been through and talk to you guys about what you've been through. That's what this channel is about. It's about building a community of people that have a place where they can reach out to no matter what they're struggling with. Because it doesn't matter what you're struggling with. If you want to reach out to me and you want to have a conversation with me about whatever it is you're struggling with, I will spend the time to talk to you. I will spend that time listening to you. If you need advice, I will give you advice. Whatever it is you need, I am more than willing to help. YouTube to me is not, like I said, it's an outlet for me to get out what I need to get out. Also, it's an opportunity for me to help other people who are struggling through things in their life. So that's a lot of why I do what I do. Not only for myself, but for other people in the world that need a place where they can come into and they can vent. They can fucking talk about their struggles without anybody judging them. Because on this channel, you're never going to get any judgment or disrespect. And if you do get disrespected on this channel, whoever disrespects you is going to go. Because we don't do disrespect on this channel. We don't do trolling on this channel. We don't do none of that kind of stuff on this channel. If people are trolling or being disrespectful, we're going to kick them and carry on about our way. We'll never let anybody mess with that, though. I'll never let anybody mess with my subscribers or anything like that. I'll never let anybody disrespect you guys unless like I said, if somebody comes in disrespecting you, and that's why I have moderators. I have moderators so that nobody will get away with disrespect on my channel. Because that's what this channel is about. This channel is about building a community of people that need a place to go where they can talk about things, um, or where they can come and listen to me and they can relate to what I go through. Because there's lots of different people that was a bad idea. I forgot about the sun. Um, there's a lot of people on my channel that have found me through me talking about my story. If anybody wants to hear my story, I will am more than happy to tell it again. Just let me know and I will tell you. Because I've had a pretty hard life. As far as physically, I've had a hard life. Um, and it's most of it was my fault. Most of it was my fault. Being born with a disability obviously was not my fault, but the drug addiction was my fault. Um, the destructive behavior was my fault. You know, there was a lot of bad things that I did that I can't justify, I guess is what I would say. There's no justification for the things that I've done in my life. But I mean, I also come on here to share my story, so in the hopes that somebody can relate and they can, you know, find a place on this channel where you feel comfortable. Because, like I said, anybody is more than welcome to come on this channel and talk about anything that you've been through, and people are going to listen to you. People aren't going to disrespect you. They're not going to talk shit. They're not going to do any of that stuff. Because that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about respect, love, loyalty. It's about going through struggles and actually having a platform where you can come on and talk about it. It's about having a community where you're never going to be judged for anything that you have to say, unless you're, obviously there's certain things that I will not allow, but if you've struggled through depression, you've struggled through drug addiction, you've struggled through anything that, you know, you think that you need to talk about, I would challenge you to do that on this channel, because that's what this channel is about. But anyways, sorry, there's a guy down there yelling at traffic. I don't know what the hell that dude was screaming about. There's a dude down over there on the corner that's yelling at traffic. I think he's tweaking, but whatever. And just so everybody knows, I no longer work at Costco, so I will be going live I will be live Monday through Sunday, or Sunday through Monday, Monday through Sunday, however you say that. So my YouTube schedule is going back to what it used to be. I decided to get rid of the job at Costco just because mentally it was not going well. Physically, things weren't going well. So I had to give that up and step back and focus on myself. I had to step back and focus on my mental and my physical health. I had to step back and worry about my recovery classes. Not only that, we're moving to the new shelter soon, so I had to step back and take some time to figure that out. Just all in all, I've had a lot of things to step back and reflect on. And when I started this YouTube thing, I said that I would never let anything get in the way of me doing YouTube. And for a little bit there, my job was getting in the way of me doing YouTube. And I didn't really need the job because I do get disability. So I get disability because I lost my leg and because I was born with a disability. So the job was honestly just making things worse. It was starting to hurt my back. It was starting to hurt my legs. It was starting to mess with me mentally. Not only that, it was dragging me down because I couldn't do my YouTube that I wanted to do. Is this Kentucky? No, this is Idaho. I'm in Idaho. I'm actually in Boise, Idaho, to be precise. That bike? I don't know whose bike that is. My bike's over here. There's actually a bunch of bikes out here that I think that the shelter is giving away because they're just sitting here. So I don't know whose bikes those are. No, I'm actually literally, if you cross over the border to Idaho, I'm literally in Boise, Idaho. So I'm really close, actually. I actually used to live in Ontario. I lived in Idaho, I mean, in Ontario 2 years ago. I'm originally from Baker City, Oregon, though. Joe, thank you for coming in. Or Joel. Sorry. Is your name Joe or Joel? Yeah, I'm literally like right as you go over the border from Ontario to Idaho, I'm literally in Boise, Idaho. It's just a hop, jump, and a skip away. Which someday, once I get my shit together and I can get a place, I might end up moving back to Ontario. I won't move back to my hometown, but I think I've been thinking about moving back to Ontario. But I'm gonna wait until I got a good amount of money saved up, and then I'm gonna move back to Ontario. Because I'm really not a fan of Idaho. I don't really like being out in Idaho. It kind of fucking sucks. But I mean, at the same time, it was the best choice for me to make at the time. Sorry, that's other people leaving right now. But no, so yeah, I'm actually very close to Oregon, or fucking Ontario. I mean, my friend, I don't know if you probably know some of my friends over in Ontario. Jensen, I have my friend Jensen's over there. My buddy Bryson Knowles is over there. Lexi, my friend Lexi is over there. I am actually a recovering drug addict. That's actually a lot what about this channel is about. This channel is about talking about drug addiction. It's talking about suicide, depression, a lot of those different things. I was a meth addict, and I also was a pill addict. See, the bad thing about Eugene is there's a lot of drugs in Eugene. What? FK Yoma? What are you saying what was for? Oh, I was a drug addict? Yes. Is that what you were saying? I was a drug addict? Yeah, my aunt lives over there in Michigan, actually. Hell yeah. That's what this channel is about. It's about growing a community of recovering addicts, people that go through depression, people that have dealt with suicide, any of those things. Like, that's what this is about. Yeah, I know. If you know anybody that needs a place to go, send them to, there's a place out here called Interface Sanctuary. It's a homeless shelter that you can reach out to, and they actually do take people in. What are you saying weakness to? And there's a lot of, yeah. X-Car, thank you for coming in. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Called jail. Hello, Rick James. What the hell are you talking about? Drugs, drug addiction isn't a weakness. It's just a fucked up situation. Yeah, they troll. All the people come in here trolling all the time. Everybody, please subscribe to the channel. I would very much appreciate that. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We're less than 100 away. I think we're at like 1,900 and no, and that's the thing. If people that come on here trolling and talking shit, that's fine. They can do that. It doesn't really affect me all that much. You know what I mean? It's not that big a deal. Okay, now you're gonna go, you piece of shit. Don't ever call me a pedo again, you punk ass bitch. Sorry, that douchebag had to go because he called me a pedo. Yeah, that's my thing now. It's like I don't got a problem with people that smoke weed. Like that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's the same. That guy deserves to have a shitty day, and like that's fine. He's a disrespectful piece of shit, but to openly come on somebody's channel and call him a pedo is not a okay thing to do. Will 420, what's up, bro? Thank you for coming in. YouTube, Goober, thank you for coming in. I appreciate all you guys that come in and subscribe and like the live. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are helping me get to the road to 2,000 subscribers, which I really hope. Yeah, obviously, if you're gonna come on to somebody's YouTube and call them a pedo, you are probably the pedophile. I mean, if you're gonna call somebody a pedo, you obviously have something in your subconscious that there's a reason why you're calling me that. It's probably because you are one. Because there's no reason to come on somebody's YouTube and say some shit like that. But I'm not gonna let that make me mad. I mean, it does make me mad somebody calling me that because I'm farthest thing from that. Hold on, I gotta pull my pants up. I'm wearing thermals, so they're kind of baggy. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I'll allow you to call me, but calling me a pedo is not one. Calling me a pedophile that'll get you fucked up. And to that guy who'd call me a pedophile, if you come to Boise, Idaho, and meet up with me, we'll see how much of a tough guy you really are. Since you want to talk shit. But no, Will 420, bro, I don't got a problem with people smoking weed. Smoking weed, I look at weed more as a medicine than anything. Why is that? No, I wasn't molested. I molested? No. Where am I? I'm in Boise, Idaho. Sean, no, I was not molested by anybody. What about meth? I look at that as that I won't agree with because meth ruined my life. Me personally, meth ruined my life, and it did nothing good for me. All it did was actually fuck me up worse. So I don't really look at that as a medicine. To each his own. You can do whatever you want. Like at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, and I'm not gonna judge you. But will I say, do I consider that a medicine? No, I do not. Yeah, 100%. Villainous. I 100% agree with you. Sober is better. Sober is 100% the better life to have. There's nothing good that comes out of being high on dope. There's nothing comes that is good from being high on pills. I know I lived that life most of my life and it fucked me up. It ruined my life and it caused me to lose a leg. And for Kaylee, I think that's how you say her name. The reason why I'm going to disagree with you on the fact that that's not medicine is because I lost my leg due to meth addiction. So, doing meth can actually kill you and make you lose your body parts. So, that's why I will not consider that a medication. Not only that, meth turns you into a shitty person. I don't care who you are, I don't care what you do throughout your life. If you're doing meth, you're going to do some shitty things. Not only that, people that think that smoking meth is just like a fucking okay thing to do, you got to also realize you're hurting everybody else around you also. When you're doing pills, you're hurting people. When you're doing meth, you're hurting people. No, I'm not saying that drugs weren't ever fun. I won't say that drugs weren't fun. I did drugs for a long time because I thought they were fun. So I'm not saying that drugs can't be fun. What I'm saying is drugs will fuck your life up. I'm a recovering addict. I've been sober for 2 years now. Explore. So yes, I am a recovering drug addict. I've been sober for 2 years now. Haven't done no dope in 2 years or anything. People don't understand what that's made out of. $100%. That's why I said it's not. I won't consider it a drug because at the end of the day, I won't consider it a medicine because you're literally putting chemicals in your body that are killing you. Yeah, that's one thing that I'll tell you. 100% explorers, like, there's never going to be a time that I will lie to you about anything that I've been through. 100% facts. YouTube goober, you're 100% right. I'm not going to say drugs weren't fun, but at the end of the day, the risk that I took doing drugs and everything that I lost and everything that I fucked up because of it being a drug addict was not worth the fun that I had doing meth. Like, yeah, I'm not going to lie and say it wasn't fun because that's a lie. Pills were fun. Meth was fun for a long time. But it got to a point where it was just fucking my life up, and that's not worth it. Fact. And I will say that myself. Any of you that are addicts, addicts in recovery, even if you're a day sober, I want you to know 100% that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for fighting through that one day of getting sober. I don't care if you're 24 hours sober, you're at least a day sober. You have something to be happy about. You're one day sober. And that's one thing as a drug addict you ought to remember is like, you got to take it one day at a time. Because getting sober off drugs isn't like I'm going to rush and do this all quick and this is how it's going to work. It takes time to get it through your head that you need to get sober. It took me most of my life to figure out that I needed to stop being a drug addict. That's why, like, I will be 100% real with you guys, and I'm not going to tell you that doing drugs wasn't fun. Like, if I was to tell you doing drugs wasn't fun, I would be a liar. And I'm never going to lie to you guys because that's just stupid. But would I want to go back and do it again? No, I would not. 100%, you are correct. That one day sober, the first day you have sober is going to be the hardest day of your life. You know, it's going to be that first day getting sober is such a pain in the ass because it's hard to get it through your head. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do this. My first 24 hours sober it's the best day of your life but it's also the saddest day of your life because as a drug addict, I will tell you, like, I was in love with drugs. Um, but I had to give up drugs to keep the family that I loved. You know, my family, my friends, the people around me that actually gave a shit about me. If I would have continued being a meth addict and doing the dumb shit I was doing, I wouldn't have any of those people. You know, I wouldn't have my mom, I wouldn't have my dad, I wouldn't have my sister and brother, my nephews and nieces. If I was still getting high right now, I wouldn't have any of that. I wouldn't have this YouTube if I was still getting high right now. You know what I mean? I would have lost everything if I was still getting high. And I don't want to do that. I got tired of losing everything that I fucking work for. I got tired of being a bum on the street smoking meth because I thought it was fun. That's what I mean. You could sit here and say, "Yeah, drug addiction's fun." And yeah, it's fun at first until it takes that turn for the worst and you lose everything that you ever cared about. So that's one thing that I'm going to tell you right now is, yeah, you could say drugs are fun all you want, but there's going to come a time where that fun isn't worth it anymore. That fun that you had while you're on drugs, you're going to start to realize this isn't fun. This isn't what I don't want to do this with the rest of my life. I don't want to be fucked up the rest of my life. And you know, there's people out there that genuinely don't want to be sober, and that's their thing. You know, I don't got no disrespect towards that. Um, if somebody wants to be high and they want to do their own thing, then that's fine. You can go do your own thing. But I will tell you, there's going to come a time in your life that you're going to be fucked. Like, you're going to be doing drugs and you're going to lose everything. Hell yeah. I got fucking hella friends out in Portland. Thank you very much, Lake Dog. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I had fun until I realized how boring it actually was. Same thing all day, every day. And that's the thing is, like, you start to realize, like, am I a goof? I don't know what that even means. I won 11 long NBA yesterday. What? Greg? Hell no. Lost everything I had. Nothing. Meth was not the way to go. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. Meth is not the life you want to live. And I don't care what you want. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. Meth is not a good life to live. Anybody that says, "Oh, I can be a functioning addict on meth," no, you can't. You can maybe for a little while until people start to realize that you're a meth addict, and then you start losing everything that you care about. I work my ass off every day just so I don't hit rock bottom. Not only have myself to take care of, but my kids. And I'm fucking Frosty. Frosty bites. I respect that 100%. I respect you saying that because that's 100% facts. You fucking put your life into what you do because you have not only do you have yourself to depend on, but you have kids depending on you and you have a woman depending on you. I fucking respect that. That is an amazing reason to stay sober. What's up, Christy? Everybody, Christy's my sister. We're just chilling. Thank you guys for the likes on the live and everybody and anybody that's subscribed. I appreciate you guys so much. But yeah, Frosty, I respect that because, like, in all reality, you found something in your life that keeps you sober and keeps you doing everything you got to do because you have something to work for. Your family, your everything, you know, and that's a lot of why I got sober. It's not just because, you know, yes, I was tired of being a fucking drug addict. I was sick of it. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was fucking tired of being mad. I was tired of being disappointed in myself. I was tired of being fucking down and out on the streets. Thank you very much. You're a blessing too. The only person I didn't end up I didn't end up homeless is because I was. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like sometimes you get lucky. 100%. You got to make it's up to you to choose whether you want to get sober or not. Loving the stream. Any tips on how I can get my dad to stop getting. Oh, what the fuck? You're a funny guy. Great Southern, you're a funny guy. Subbed, thank you, Josie Perez. Jose Perez. I don't know if I said that right. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Everybody that's subbing, I appreciate you guys so much. I put my all into this YouTube. And I love coming on here, being able to share my story of sobriety and everything that I fought through with you guys, because I've met a lot of people on here that they hear my story and it touches their heart in a way, and it makes them feel good because like they know that there's somebody out there that can relate to what they've been through. Um, and that's what I want to do on this channel. You know what I mean? I want to be able to reach people to where they know that they have a place to come where they can feel comfortable talking about whatever they need to talk about. You can get help with whatever you need to talk about. And you guys can come on here and you can get inspiration from my story, because I have a crazy story. You know, like I said, I was born with a disability. We not listening, twin? That's fine, bro. There ain't. Check it out, bro. Even if you don't listen to what I have to say, that's fine. Thank you so much for saying that. Sure, Jones, a lot. I appreciate you. It really does mean a lot to me every time somebody is that. Every time my story reaches somebody and actually makes a difference in their life, like that means more to me than anything. That's why I'll say like this. My YouTube, I don't get paid for it. I'm not monetized. I'm not any of those things. And that's not what this channel is about. This is about spreading awareness about drug addiction. It's about getting people help where they need it. It's about making a difference in the world and sharing my story with other people. My mom just sent me something. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. My mom sent me something, so I sent her the live. That way she knows I'm live. But I appreciate you guys. Every single one of you guys that gets something from my story, like you guys have no idea how much that means to me. It means so much to me that I can reach out to people and actually make a difference in other people's lives and tell my story and have people actually get something out of my story. Like that means so much to me. My name is not Kyle. Thank you. My name is Scottie, actually. Lenny J. Definitely not a Kyle. Thank you, though. I knew we'd have to have somebody coming in spamming. But sorry. I felt like I was going to sneeze. I still might. Nope, we're good. Never mind. Sorry. I thought I was going to sneeze. And no, my name is Scottie Cully, not Kyle. I don't even have anybody in my family named Kyle. But for everybody that's been on here watching, I appreciate you guys so much. I do go live pretty much every day. I'm going to be back to my normal YouTube schedule, which is I'm going to be doing lives every single day. Weekends, it'll be from 10 till 12. On the weekdays, it'll be from 12 till 1. So the weekend lives will be a little bit longer than the other lives, but they'll be around the same, a little bit different. So, like I said, you can reach me every day on Discord. If you go in my Discord in my bio, you can reach out to me anytime you want. You can also reach me on Facebook or YouTube. I mean, Facebook or Instagram. My name is Scottie Cully. You can reach out to me on any of those places and have a conversation with me. If you're going through something, if you need to talk, you can reach out to me on any of those platforms. I have a TikTok, Scottie Cully. You can reach out to me, or Crazy Legs is another one of my TikToks. You can reach out to me on there. You can reach out to me, like I said, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. Shit, dude over here tweaking. Don't go in front of the street, idiot. Well, this dude's gonna get arrested. Am I a hobo? No. No, I'm not a hobo. Why do people always got to be saying some disrespectful shit? No, I am homeless and I live in a shelter, but I am not. Lots of them. No, I don't beg for nothing. You guys are weird, bro. Just so you know, more people, anybody spamming on here and saying disrespectful stuff, you're gonna get kicked out. Because we don't do disrespect on this channel. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about recovery. It's about talking about depression. It's talking about suicide. It's talking about different things in recovery. I talk about my story in recovery. That's what this channel is about. It's not about coming on here spamming and being disrespectful or any of those things. We don't do that on this channel. Am I in recovery? Yeah, I've been 2 years sober. No, you're good. I wasn't talking about you, bro. Somebody else said something too. You're not the only one talking shit. FK, you weren't the one I was talking to. Opiates, yeah. So first I was a pill addict, and then I was a meth addict. But now I'm 2 years sober. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Everybody that's putting in positive stuff, I appreciate you. What's my story? Okay. So we'll start from the beginning since you asked what my story is. So my name is Scottie Cully. I was born and raised in a small town called Baker City, Oregon. I was born with a disability called spina bifida. I was bullied growing up, all the way up until I hit middle school. When I hit middle school, I got some friends that had my back more. But I also became a pill addict in middle school. I did pills all the way from the time I was 20, or from the time I was 13 till the time I was 21. When I turned 21, my 21st birthday, I tried meth for the first time. I did meth for up until I was 24 years old, and then I got a hole in the bottom of my foot, and I got what's called a septic infection in my leg. When I got the hole in my foot, I wasn't able to. Oh, bro, I got a crazy story. Like, there's a lot to it. But don't be sorry. It's fine. It's what changed my life to being who I am now. If it wasn't for me losing my leg and everything that I went through, I wouldn't be who I am now. But anyways, so when I was 24, I got a hole in the bottom of my foot, and I was still using drugs a little bit. So the hole in my foot wasn't able to heal itself. So I ended up having to go to the hospital. They did antibiotics on my leg for about 6 weeks. And then after 6 weeks, we found out that the antibiotics were building up in the back of my leg and that it wasn't actually healing. So I had to go back to the hospital, and they told me I had a septic infection. So they gave me a choice of either I was going to lose my life or I was going to lose my leg. Um, I chose to obviously lose the leg. I let them cut the leg off. It's below the knee amputation. Um, that happened when I was 24. I got sober after that, up until I stayed sober from 25 till about 30 years old. I mean, I was smoking weed and I was drinking a little bit, not out of control or anything, but I stopped doing meth. I stopped doing pills. From the time I was 21, from the time I was 25 till the time I was 30, I stayed sober. Um, and then my boss hired this dude as a cook that sold meth, and my boss didn't know this, obviously. My boss wouldn't have hired him if he knew he sold meth. But one day I was hanging out with this guy, talking to him out back while we were on our lunch, on our break, and he pulled out a fucking dope pipe and said, "Hey, you want to get high?" And I said, "All right, bro." No. So I don't take pain pills. I don't take any pills now. Um, when I had surgery, they wanted to give me pain pills afterwards. I told them no, I didn't want to be put on pills. I didn't want to do pills anymore because I was a recovering addict. Um, so I dealt with the pain of losing my leg just straight out. I didn't deal with no pain pills or anything like that. Um, and still this day, I don't mess with pills. I don't mess with meth. I don't mess with any drugs. Um, only pills I take is my prescription meds that help me sleep. The only reason I take those is because life kind of fucked me up and made it to where I can't sleep right. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate you for actually saying that. Please, everybody that's on here, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Because I want this channel to reach more people, to where we can save more people's lives. We can make a difference in people's lives. We can talk to them about how I got sober, how you got sober, all these things. We want to be able to reach as many people as we possibly can. Because if we can save, you know, every live I do or whatever, if I could save one person every time I do it, that's more than enough. Like, that means the world to me. Originally, I am from Baker City, Oregon. But yeah, so anybody that doesn't know about me, I was born with a disability. I lost my leg at 24. No, I'm good. If you don't want to sub, just to sub, then don't worry about it. I'm not going to pay you to sub. I don't pay people for subs. I don't get paid for YouTube, so I wouldn't pay. I'm not going to pay somebody to subscribe to the channel if I don't get paid to do this anyways. I want people to follow me and subscribe to my channel because they want to be part of a community of people that they can actually reach out to and have a conversation with. I'm not going to pay for freaking subscribers, though. That doesn't make any sense. If you want to stay and be part of the channel, I would be more than happy for you to be part of the channel. That would be awesome. But if you expect me to pay you to be part of the channel, like, I'm not going to do that. That doesn't even make sense. But sorry, guys, I had to pop my back. I need to get vape juice. What's up? Please don't spam. I said hi, but please don't spam. Hey, Will420, you are actually my number one person right now. Sorry, guys, I had to put that person in timeout because they're being annoying. But can you please tell me where you are from? Hold on, guys. I got to get rid of this guy. I'm from Baker City, Oregon. I'm from Baker City, Oregon. I currently live in Boise, Idaho. Actually, if to be honest, if you expect people to pay you to be their subscribers, then there's something wrong with you. Because no, you're right. It's not free, and I put actually a lot of time and effort into this YouTube, so it's not like it's free, anyways. I can tell that you legitimate. I hope that you can get out of the situation. Yeah, right now I just got to get out of the homeless shelter. But I am like I said, I'm 2 years sober. Okay, well, your disrespectful punk ass is going to be gone. Sorry, guys, I keep having to get rid of spammers. Thank you for your response to any question. I am just curious as to location. I hope you're safe and all. Yeah, I'm good. You're good, bro. You can ask me any question you want, and I'm gonna answer you. That's just who I am. Do you think that teaching is an underrated? No. To be honest, I think that the teaching system, literally the education system, is so messed up right now that I do not feel that way. No. I feel like our teachers could do a lot better in the world. Hell yeah, another Australian person. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Everybody subbing. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Carson, what's up? Thank you for coming in. Turn it up. What's up? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are amazing. This is actually the most likes I've had on a live so far, so I appreciate you guys more than you guys even know. You guys are killing it with the likes, and I freaking appreciate that so much. And everybody that's subbed, I appreciate you so much for subbing. Like, you guys are awesome. If it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be possible, and I love every single one of you guys. I hope you guys really do know that. I love every single one of you guys more than you guys even know. And anytime you guys need me, like I said, you can reach out to me anytime. Sorry, I forgot where my story was going. Good. Sorry, people messed me up. So I think where I left off was when I lost my leg, right? That's what I was talking about, was when I lost my leg. So back to where I was at. So I ended up getting a septic infection in my leg that was leading to my heart. So when I went to the hospital, you're new on my stream, to give you a like when I am subscribed to YouTube page. Thank you. Thank you. So when I lost my leg at what happened with my leg was I got a septic infection in my heart, in my leg, that was leading up to my heart. So when I went to the hospital, they told me either I was going to lose my leg or I was going to die. And so I chose to let them take the leg. And then I got sober after that up until I was 30. And then I was working at this place called the Oregon Trail Motel and Restaurant in Oregon. My boss hired a dude as a cook. I found out that this dude was tweaking. This guy asked me if I want to do drugs with him. Thank you for the sub and the like. I appreciate you so much. You guys are killing it on the likes and the subs. I appreciate you guys so much. So after I lost my leg, I went back to work for that same guy. I worked there for about 4 years. My boss hired this dude as a cook. He was a tweaker, and he was this guy that was selling dope on the side. Well, I found out. I went out on break with this guy. He handed me a dope pipe and said, "Hey, you want to get high?" It was at that moment I'd messed up, obviously. I ended up getting high again, which caused me to lose my job, caused me to lose my dog, caused me to lose my friends, my family. I messed everything up. So I lost my dog, I lost my apartment, I lost my job that I had for 5 years. And I ended up on the street, like actually on the street, living in a tent in the park. And I did that for about 2 months. I was I was on the street for about 2 months, living in a tent, smoked out of my mind. And then I hit this point of my mom was bringing me food and stuff to make sure I was eating. She was bringing me food at the park, making sure I was eating. And I hit this breaking point one day. My dad works in the parks and he digs graves and he like mows the parks and stuff and he waters the parks. Well, him and his boss accidentally turned on the sprinkler, not knowing I was there. Well, that hit at that moment. I had hit rock bottom in the worst way possible. So my dad's boss come over and he was talking to me and he asked me what he could do to help. The only thing I really said to him is all I want to do is talk to my dad one more time. So I ended up having a heart to heart with my dad, which this was probably the deepest conversation I've ever had with my dad. We had a conversation about the fact that I wanted to get sober and I didn't want to be high anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was tired. I told him I felt like I was going to die if I didn't stop. So I went to rehab. Before I went to rehab, I tried to get in rehab in my hometown, but my mom works for the rehab. So they said that they weren't going to help me because it would be a conflict of interest. So I had it in my head the only way I was going to get help is if I went back and got high. So this is why I will say I believe in miracles, is because I was walking down the pathway and I got a call from the people at the rehab and they told me that they needed me to come down to the outpatient and talk to them.
It's nice to be right there on the bag.
So, anyways, sorry, there's people out here talking. So, I went to rehab. I ended up going to rehab, and I graduated rehab on my birthday, October 12th, and then, sorry, I was listening to them. Anyways, I graduated rehab, and then I moved into a sober home. Well, because I have one leg and because I have a disability, I wasn't able to walk all the way across Ontario to get to classes. So they kicked me out of the sober home and basically sent me out here where I am now in a homeless shelter out in Boise, Idaho. So right now I live I don't have excuses, so fuck off. Nothing I say is an excuse. It's me telling my story, jackass. Anyways, so I graduated rehab, got kicked out of the sober home, and was made to come to a homeless shelter out here in Boise, Idaho, which I am currently in right now. I've been out here for 2 years, and I've been about 2.5 years sober. I'm a little over 2 years. But I currently do live in a homeless shelter, and I am working my way towards getting out of here. We moved to a new shelter here in the next couple days. But I have been sober since August of like 3 years ago, or 2.5 years ago. God bless you. Thank you so much, Stacy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. But no, I'm not a person that makes excuses over anything. Everything that I did in my past was my fault. My drug addiction was my fault. The bad choices I made were my fault. That would suck ass, bro. Did the vape addiction make you homeless? No. My meth addiction made me homeless. Actually, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you more than you know. I think meth was a slippery slope from all. No, actually, I never vaped until after I was a way after I was a meth addict. Yeah, I'm never gonna lie about nothing, bro. My meth addiction was my fault. My choices, my destructive shit I did was my fault. No, I didn't vape until after I got sober. So no, you're wrong. I didn't even know what vaping. I never actually hit a vape until after I got sober. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up with all the. Completely ignore the trolls. Just delete them. Don't acknowledge them. I try to for the most part, but sometimes people would come in trolling, being disrespectful. It's a mic. It's a little mic for my phone. That way you guys can hear me better. I'm good, Cole. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Me? I never overdosed on drugs, but no. First of all, that's weird. To the soul, I understand the disrespect ones just want you to acknowledge them. I know, I get you. We'll just get rid of this douchebag real fast. Oop, nope, don't do that. Hold on, guys, I'm getting rid of this guy. I was trying to get rid of that guy, but his comment was like really small in between everybody's. What the fuck is a jewel pod? What's a jewel pod? Is that a vape? What I'm trying to say is every time I hear of somebody overdosing, they say accidentally. That's why. No, and that's one thing is like, I mean, you could say you accidentally overdosed, I guess, but that doesn't make sense because you're purposely doing the drugs. It just shitty things happen. Yeah, I feel that. It's 100%, bro. It's hard as fuck out here for a lot of people, and I get that. Hey, just scrolling through, wishing you the best. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I wish you the best too. Thank you guys. Everybody that's liking, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are killing it. I actually have not been watching any of the Olympics. Not gonna lie, I have not watched any part of the Olympics. The only part I wanted to watch was the snowboarding, but yeah, that's one thing. Is one thing I knew about being a drug addict is I knew that I was testing my luck every day on the chancing of losing my life. That's why I'll never say that any of it wasn't my fault. Being a drug addict was 100% my fault. I'm the one that chose to pick up the drug the first time. I'm the one that continued to do the drug, but I'm also the one that made the choice to get sober. And that means more than all that other shit, you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm watching. I could see stuff. I could see the traffic in the background, so I just turning around to see what the fuck it was. I keep forgetting that the freeway's like right there. They say it's accidental because people don't use them to die. I mean, yeah. I mean, in all reality, no, you're not trying to die when you're on dope, but in all reality, you know the dangerous game you're playing when you do dope, when you're doing dope. When you're using hard drugs, you know that you're chancing your life. Um, and that's one thing I'll say about myself. Anytime when I was doing drugs, I knew that I was chancing my life. I knew that I was being a fuck up, and I knew that I could die at any moment that I was doing it. Um, Obviously, me losing my leg, I mean that I could have died. That could have been the end of the road right there because I was choosing to be high. Luckily, I didn't. It didn't happen that way, but Carson, what's up? Slay. That's what I'm saying. When I was doing dope, I knew at the end of the day that I could have died at any time. That's me though. I can't say I'm not going to speak for anybody else, but me personally, I knew that at any point in time I could die. And that's a lot of why I got sober is because I knew that at any moment it could be the end of my life because I was fucking around with drugs and doing stuff, putting chemicals in my body constantly. Who the fuck is this? And why are they coming in all crazy? What are you doing here? Oh, oh shit. Oh. Fair enough. Slay. But, alright, guys. I am going to get off here. I just wanted to come on, be live with you guys for a little while. I appreciate everybody that liked live, everybody that subscribed, everybody that came on and watched and hung out with me. I appreciate you guys so much, and I love every single one of you guys, and I hope you know that. You guys mean the world to me. If it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be possible, and I fucking love you guys so much. And I appreciate everything you guys have done for me, and I hope that you guys continue on this journey with me, because there's never going to be a time that I don't continue doing YouTube. I will do YouTube for the rest of my life. And I appreciate every single one of you guys to stay with me. You guys stay safe too. If, like I said, if any of you guys need to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on Discord. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You can reach out to me on Instagram. Any of those places, you are more than welcome to reach out to me. You guys too. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys.